I am back. All right. Sorry guys, I had to take a break for a minute. All right, I am back. Did you miss me? I don't know. Like I said, I just had to take care of some things, and I am back. So, I don't know, sometimes, like I said, it's the logistics and it's got to get out to the masses. I don't know if it's going to go again or not, but like I said, I am back, and wait for everybody. I don't know, man. Sometimes it doesn't take the second time. I don't know. Right. Hopefully you get in the mix. I don't know. Still waiting. Sometimes though, it just takes a few minutes to hit the logistics. Like I said, if you guys did watch the stream earlier, like I said, I'd be back in about 10 minutes, so maybe a little bit less than that. All right. Let's see. So what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting out there. So like I said, yes, I am back. And don't forget, vote for Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Or drewdro. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what's going on sometimes. Sometimes it's a little bit different. All right. So. So hopefully everybody's doing good. Like I said, I just had to take a little bit of a break for a minute, take care of a few things, and hopefully everybody's still hanging around. I don't know. Some people might have gone to bed. All right, so still trying to find some fun stuff out there. All right. I didn't even have the second part. Part 2, I guess. Part 2. Yeah, I don't think nobody got the message. Sometimes though, I don't know if everything is back. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I try to keep it somewhat available for you guys. Takes a minute for everybody to file on in here. I did a stream earlier. I had some Greek fries. Yeah, I had to step out for a minute. I had to take care of some stuff. Yeah, I got actually some fries, Greek style fries from a place called Nick the Greek. It was feta, gyros, gyro meat, a little bit of yogurt sauce, Greek style. That was actually pretty good. So, but I actually did get another item. I know this one, you guys normally don't see that, but I thought this one would be kind of interesting. I got this one. This is a Greek salad. So olives, salad, cucumbers, feta cheese, tomatoes. So that was part of their deal, I guess. Yeah. A long time ago, they got, you know, gyros, falafels, wraps, pitas, hummus. The hummus. And you gotta call the number. Sabat, sabat, sabat. Haba, haba, haba. Sabat, sabat, haba, haba. Block, block, block. Ask for Phantom. Ask for Phantom in the hummus. Saba, saba, saba. I watched that one not too long ago. You know, kill the Zohan. I kill the Zohan. Crazy. So anyway, like I said, switching up a little bit tonight. Trying to get away from the pizza, from the other stuff, going a little healthy. And tonight I'm drinking, I already drank this one, the Rave Blue Raz. And now I've got this one called Kiwi Lime. It's an energy drink, so. Raven. We're on a rave. What about Raven? What about Raven? I haven't even heard that one. How long ago was that? Yeah, I kind of stopped watching the whole WCW, WWE. What is it, AEW now? They even had some other independent ones. I don't watch those much anymore. Kind of lost interest in it. Now they put it on all the different channels. And have you guys heard? Hulu. Hulu is going away. Because what happened was Disney bought Hulu. And they're not going to have Hulu standalone. It's just going to be under the Disney application. So they will, you will not be able to use Hulu application anymore. You'll be under Disney. And the other thing that was interesting was at the end of the year, MTV is actually shutting off their original station. They are not going to be broadcasting the original MTV signal anymore. They have subsidiaries. They have, I think, MTV2. But it's no longer going to be the music channel. That is gone. It is dead. Music is dead. No more videos. Not that they played any. For the last, 10 years, they haven't played a video anymore. No one makes videos either. Kind of a lost art. They used to have, everybody and his brother had a video. From like the 80s on through the 90s, even the 2000s. Maybe into 2010. But yeah, they don't do any videos. And I don't know if VH1 is still around. I don't know if they do any videos either. Used to have pop-up video. What else did they have? Uh, Friday night videos was on one of them. Night Flight. They had a couple other ones, but yeah, they don't. No more videos, man. No more music videos. That is a thing of the past. And actually, that reminds me of, I saw a picture. I should save that one. They put a picture of a place here in town, by my Little Caesars Pizza. It's like a gazebo, but what it is it is the housing of an old payphone, but there's no phone in there. It's just the shell of the actual phone. All the stuff is removed, but you could still see the metal sides to it and where a phone once stood. That was originally the warehouse. And they used to have a warehouse of records and CDs, records and tapes. And you used to go get tickets. But yeah, that closed many years ago. But you went and you called your mom from the payphone to come pick you up at the warehouse. They don't have, I think someone said they have one payphone like at the police station. And I think that's it. All in town, they've removed every trace of payphones. Same with mailboxes and paper vending machines. There may be like bus stations, maybe a hotel, occasionally. I don't know, maybe like restaurant. I'm not really sure. But you don't find them out in the public anymore. Like gas stations used to have them. What else? Out in front of the supermarkets. At bus stations, airports, of course. But I don't know. I have not seen an actual payphone out in the wild for many, many, many years. They pretty much removed all of them. But they still have the actual skeleton of the where the payphone once was. So I don't know. But yeah, all the stuff is pretty much gone. Payphones, vending machines for newspapers, even like soda machines. You don't find those too much. Occasionally, you'll find them like in the Walmart or maybe like a hotel or something like that, but not like they used to. They used to have them at gas stations, supermarkets, everywhere. Movie theaters even had them. I remember using the vending machine for like ice cream. Remember they had the ice cream at the movie theater. It was like popsicles and fudgesicles. That was kind of weird. But I know they had them in the lobby. But yeah, you hardly find any of that anymore. Maybe at the skating rink. I remember that. They had hot chocolate and coffee. But yeah, not so much anymore. All that stuff is pretty much dead. Maybe the bowling alley. Used to have, I remember they used to have stuff at the bowling alley. Remember the arcade machines, and then they had the ball polisher, and you could actually go up to the pro shop and get yourself a new bowling ball and wrist guards and all that. I think they had a bar to send away for drinks and French fries. while you were bowling. If you were there on league night, though, you're usually pretty busy. We still have one. Believe it or not, there is a bowling alley here. At one point, they were going to close it down, but I think it's still open. Been there as long as I have. I haven't been inside for 30 years, I think. Used to be the place to go. Go bowling, go to arcade. Make the rounds, I think. Oh, I don't like going over there though. Kind of a rough area now. So, and I don't bowl anymore. I used to when I was in college. Actually had a when I was in college, if you were, I think if you were under 21, you had to take a PE class, and they made you either take like you know, baseball or flag football or something like that. And one of the ones that I took was actually bowling. You could take a class in college for bowling, and it was all at the alley. You didn't go to the college. You just went once a week. We went to the bowling alley, and you bowled a game, a couple games, and that was it. And the thing was, they couldn't really grade you on how good or bad you were, just that you showed up and you tried. So that was kind of cool. Free bowling, satisfied the PE requirement. Kind of cool. I think at one point I did have my own ball, and I got it at Kmart. How old is that? Back when they had Kmart, you can go down there and get, they had everything. They had hamsters, fish, bowling balls, fabric, everything. Automotive. How old was that? So yeah, a little bit different though now. I don't have that much anymore. We did have an ice skating rink. I think that one actually closed though. Trying to remember if there's any yeah, they're really most people don't do activities, roller skating, bowling, all that. It used to be the miniature golf used to be a big thing too. I think we still have maybe a miniature golf place here. I know we got an arcade / golf place. And I think they used to have race cars, so I don't know if they still do or not. But I haven't been there for many years. Yeah, we had a laser tag. It was called Laser Zone or QZR. That was it. It was over by like a Chuck E. Cheese, I think. They don't do that anymore. I don't even think we have laser tag anymore. I think they're pretty much done. I mean, that used to be the thing. Arcades, laser tag, miniature golf, bowling. Yeah, I haven't been there in like 30 years. I think they're still there though. I remember right. A long time ago, they used to have a place called Showbiz, which was like a ripoff of Chuck E. Cheese. Instead of a mouse, I think it was a different character. They still had the puppets, and then it was like the singing and all that one. It wasn't a rat. I think it was a elephant or something. I don't remember. But it was a ripoff, basically, of Chuck E. Cheese. Showbiz. Animatronic. All that stuff. We had one place called Rainforest Cafe. I never went there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the ball pit, or I can call it Fun Zone. And basically, you drop your kid off and let them go bounce around, play in the pits. What else? I don't know. Crawl around in those little tubes. I mean, it's fun for kids. I know they do some of that stuff, that escape zone, where you have to find your way out of a room. I think I saw something about that somewhere around. Has adventure thing where you have to find your way out of a um, room, escape room thing. Trying to remember though, a long time ago. It's just not as popular anymore. Plus, it's really expensive to do all that stuff. To book parties, or you got to reserve the time. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of the bigger places have it. It's just not as popular anymore. No one's really doing that. Everything's online, at home. Do your own VR. Back in the day, though, that was the popular thing. Having VR, having city there. I remember oh boy, what was it called? Um there was a place called VR Virtual World. And this was probably what 90s. It was a place where you would go in there and they had like this, back now it's probably nothing, but it was like a high-tech computer, and you got in these little, they were like simulators, and you all played on a computer. And it was like one was like a racing game, and then one was like the mech robots where you had to battle each other. But they were all hooked up into like a mainframe, and you were in your little console, and you were all like in an arena. Remember that? But you had to pay. You had to rent time to go in there, and it was like a session was, I don't know, like 10 minutes or something, and it kept track of everything, and then it printed out all the stuff that happened when you scored points, when you took down other players, stuff like that. And yeah, you had your own little pod. That one was kind of pretty cool. There for a while, and I don't even remember how much, maybe $5, $10 like for a session back in the 90s. So that was kind of expensive, but it was state of the art back then. Now it's, I guess you do that same thing with Xbox or PlayStation, all these online games that you can be together. But that was the thing back in the day. I remember that. Yeah, now it's nothing. I mean, that was high tech back then, but now you probably have more on a calculator than you did back then. Yeah, it was kind of cool. I remember going there. You had like an account, and you had to pay for the time, and they made it all set up. And then they had these the simulators. And one of them was like a racing game, and you could pick your customization of whatever vehicle you had. I remember they had them like, some were like small and fast, but they weren't very well armored. And then the ones that were heavily armored were very slow. And then you had one that was like in the middle. And everybody got to customize their thing, and then they'd go around and try to outlap each other, or Some of them actually had a gun that you could shoot the other people as he went around, kind of like Car War. And then they had the one that was like the mechanoid robots, and you like battle bots where you'd go at each other, try to take them out. Cannons or whatever. It was a mech warrior type of thing. I remember that one. I don't think I did that one. I think I just did the racing game. I know that was a big thing. And it was probably like a mainframe that they had it all set up. That went away like many, many, many years ago. I just remember going there with my friend the one time. It was kind of crazy, but I don't have that much anymore. All the arena things and stuff that you go out, not interesting anymore. No one does laser tag really. Or I did do the paintball one time. That's not fun. If you've ever done paintball, it's not a fun experience. Because when they say when you get shot with a paint pellet, it stings like a rubber band. No, it hurts. It hurts like hell. You get shot point blank with one of those paintballs, it leaves bruises. I got hit a couple times and had like nice little bruise where I got hit. Because when I went there, I was like a total beginner and everybody else was like, professional teams, and they had all the equipment and the tripped out guns and the body armor and whatnot. And I'm out there in like a t-shirt with a cheapo rental gun. Didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, I tried it like once or twice because my friend wanted to do it. I got shot all up, and then I was like, okay, enough of this. I'm not playing anymore. It's not fun. It can be. I like doing like the shooting gallery type of thing where you just take the paintball and you shoot at the gallery. That's fun. It's not fun running around and getting shot up by all the other people. It hurts like a, what? Even if you've got, camo and padded stuff, it still hurts when you get hit. So, and then some of those people like are total professionals. They're on a professional team. They got their guns all tricked out, high-powered rifles and all that. So, yeah, it's that's for the extreme sport people. I mean, it's fun to try, but no, I don't doubt that I would ever do that one again. But maybe if you're a thrill seeker and you can find one, I don't think they do those much anymore. Kind of like I said, the outdoor activities are kind of the thing of the past. Laser tag and I don't know, biking, extreme sports. I don't know, do they still have rock climbing and bungee jumping and all that? I never did that. I didn't have the need to do any of that. Extreme sport, bungee jumping, rock climbing, skydiving. I will keep my feet on the ground, thank you. Not my idea of fun, but maybe it is for you. I don't know. I don't mind doing the VR version of it. Yeah, we have an actual zoo in Oakland. I think it's still there. I haven't been 40 years, maybe longer. But yeah, and all the amusement parks I used to go to when I was little. We had a couple around here. The one's actually going to be closing. They sold the land, so that one. And then we had a Marine World, and we had what, Six Flags now. What else? I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. Um, well, Disneyland's down south, but we had Great America. Different things. That's actually going to be closing. It was different things throughout the years. Marriott's Great America, Paramount's Great America. Then it was California Great America. I don't even know what it is now. Apparently, they're going to be selling it off there in a couple of years. They're going to be closing it down. What else do we have? We had Marine World, which is now Six Flags. Yeah, not too many places around here anymore. I don't know. It's not a destination anymore. I mean, it's fun for kids. You know, pack up the kids, go to the zoo, go to the amusement park, go to the arcades, go to the anything like that. Park, I guess. Barbecue in the park. Water park. We used to have a killer water slides. Remember that? But they actually shut the one down here. And then there was another one a couple towns over. That was like an intense one. Used to go to that one all the time. And those were like extreme ones, like tubes and cement ones. Those were fun, but they were a little bit extreme. They have a couple of water parks around here. They're not like they used to be, but I remember that one started out little and then it got like really big, and then they ended up tearing that one down. And the one that was actually not too far from my house, it was actually built in a gravel pit. They made a lake in this gravel pit, and then they made a water slide. So it was there for many years. And what happened was it had been there for like 20 some odd years. And it was just got so old, it was out of repair. It didn't work anymore. And it came to the part where they would have had to put way a lot of money to fix it up and get it working again. So they just decided to scrap it, and they tore it all down. But I remember seeing it from the side. It was just a hill with like, I think there was like 4 slides. No more paintballing. And I don't even think they have that anymore. I know it was off the coast. I think it was in Sausalito or somewhere over there. Mare Island is what they actually. And I don't even know if the place is still there or not. I know my friend was like way big into this paintball thing, and he had the whole thing all tripped out. He had a custom gun and all that. Yeah. I remember I had the one that had the goggles and the camo and the guards and all that. No, it was just not fun. Fairly expensive too. But yeah, not anything I'd want. It does and it doesn't. I mean, if you're into the active sports, go for it. But yeah, it wasn't fun. Yeah, they had the one called Goggle Flodge and anti fog spray. But yeah, I remember I tried it a couple of times. It was not fun. Yeah, I got one. I got a welt. Someone. Yeah, I had one that was like about yay big, where someone came up point blank and just like blasted me. Because what happened was I was a beginner, and they didn't have like different levels. It was just like free for all, and everybody was out there, and they got these teams of professionals. They got uniforms and their camo and their tricked out guns and all that stuff. And I'm sitting out there with, a t-shirt and, rental gun that I know nothing about. And you got these super professional guys that, can snipe you out of 100 yards. And they're out there just picking on, the people that don't know what they're doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I was behind something, and all of a sudden some guy jumped out over a log and just I was like, damn, that hurts. And I was like, okay, no, this is not fun. Because I wasn't on a team, I didn't know anybody, I was just there. Yeah, that was the thing, man. Because they got the pros out there and they basically ran the field. And you got a bunch of beginners and they didn't care. It's just like easy target, boom, 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 you're gone. So yeah, not a fun thing. What they needed to do is they needed to have like a beginner's game. Yeah. A beginner game. They needed to have like a medium level and all that stuff. So it was not a fun thing per se. So anyways, that was fun. It was fun for a minute. One of those things that's fun to try, but after that, no more. So stay away from all that fun stuff. You can do it online and it's less painful. What is it? Shooter games, Halo. I don't even know half of the ones that they got now. GoldenEye, that was a good one. Yeah. Well, you're in here a lot, so figured I'd wrench you up. You're the general. General Mayhem. Oh my God, this still makes you think of the old WCW days, man. They had General Major Stash, Major Guns. That was another one. General Rection. Corporal Koosh, I think, was one of the ones. Oh, some of those old ones were funny. GI Bro. And they had the faction Major Stash. One guy was Lash LaRue. I think that was one guy. He was, I don't know. They came up with crazy names back in the day. Now they couldn't get away with that now. They gotta watch the names, I guess. I don't even watch. I haven't watched wrestling in for like ever. I think it's all on like Paramount and some of these other channels anymore. And it's not interesting, man. Boring now. All the good people are done. Give me the good old days. Yeah. They keep jumping ship though. They're changing channels. It was on Peacocks, then it was on USA, all kinds of different. Yeah, like I said, I was more into the 80s and maybe even into the 90s when it was, wrestling. Now it's just all entertainment. Next pay-per-view, who's going where. Yeah, they made it PG back in the old 80s and even into a little bit into the 90s. Yeah. Back in also when it was, yeah, blood and guts, man. Those matches were real. What was it? One of the Starcades. I think it was Starcade 82. If you really want a good one, watch that. That was like super intense. I think it was Starcade 82, the Night of the Skywalkers. That was the most intense that I've ever seen. The Road Warriors versus the Rock and Roll Express on a scaffold. You watch that one, man. That was real. Jim Cornette fell off the scaffold, and you see his legs buckle as he hits the mat. It was like, and then they had a Greg Valentine, Roddy Piper dog collar match, and there was that was pretty bloody. They had to stop it because it got too gory. No, it was Jim Cornette. He was climbing up on a scaffold after the Rock and Roll Express fell down. And he got stuck up there, and I think Bubba went after him, kicked him off, and you could see him fall about 10, 15 feet down to the mat. And then, yeah, Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine had a chain in between the dog collar, and they were hitting each other with that thing. And then they had the one Dusty Rhodes versus the Road Warriors, and they had that one in it. What was it? Magnum TA. Oh man, that was a bloody. It was an I Quit match, and the only way they got him to quit was they threw a wooden chair in there, and he broke the chair off and made it like a spike, and he was poking it in the guy's eye, and he hit him with the microphone. He finally got him to say, "I quit." But yeah, it was like super, super duper intense. I mean, bloody. You could see the ring had blood in it. Yeah. Magnum TA, the famous I Quit match, man. Intense, bloody. One of the, back in the days when anything went, man. I don't do that anymore. Blading and all the real stuff. I remember that. Night of the Skywalkers. Starcade. I think it was Starcade 82 or 84. I don't remember. Check it out. I'll probably find it online or on YouTube. It was good. Back in the day. Jim Crockett. Back when they had Crockett Productions, Crockett Cup. Oh, those old days, man. They're gone now. They won't do that anymore. They do not have any of that realistic stuff anymore. They've cleaned it up. Back in the day, though. What was it? I think it was WrestleMania 4. I remember watching that one. On pay-per-view, you had to order the events. I don't do that. Now it's all streaming or whatever, but I had to do the individual ones. Yeah, that one was great. Macho Man. And Elizabeth. Macho Man won the belt. Elizabeth helped him. Oh, yeah, dig it. Back in the old days, man, they don't do that. Yeah, what I'm thinking, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all that old stuff, man. It's just classics now. A lot of them are not around anymore. Most of the ones from the 80s, all the people are pretty much either retired or gone. A lot of them lately. So unfortunately, yeah. Oh well. Back in the heyday, you can still go back and watch the old stuff. I found the one I used to watch a long time ago, back in probably like 70s. They had a thing called, we had a local channel here, and they had a promo called Big Time Wrestling. And it was always out of the Cow Palace, San Francisco Cow Palace. And it was just called Big Time Wrestling. It wasn't like WCW or WWE or anything like that. It was like small time territory. I just remember seeing the Big Time Wrestling, and then they had Mrs. Wrestling, and they would just show a book with the pictures of the people, and whoever won the match, they would put a gold star next to their name. You know, it's like yeah, Pat Patterson and Pepper Gomez, and maybe like the Iron Sheik, I think. And then they had like Haystacks Calhoun, and oh boy, I'm trying to remember some of the other Pedro Morales, all the old time people. Wahoo McDaniels, maybe. But Ray Stevens, that was the other one. But yeah, certain territories had certain wrestlers, and that was their territory. Big Time Wrestling. And the Masked Invaders. Always wanted to go to those shows. Never was able to. You know, they were the small time kind of ones that they used to have. What was it, when back in ECW would go to the bingo halls and all that stuff in Pennsylvania? Small time. And I think NWA even had their one studio where they had the flags. And it was all local studio. On TBS, they had it on a long time. NWA wrestling. Don't remember that. And they were always, they didn't wrestle much. They always just did talking interviews, seems like. Ric Flair was always interviewing. Some of the ones they just talked to the camera. And they have a match or two, but most of it was just trash talk. How long ago was that? Yeah, they don't do that much anymore. Yeah, it's totally changed now. It's all pre-recorded and whatnot. Yeah, I think you did. You were telling me you bought a new vehicle. Congratulations. Now you got yourself a ride. Get yourself some spinners, chain steering wheel. You get the little dingle balls and the little bobbly head chihuahua. And the horn that plays cucaracha. Trip your ride out, man. Yeah. You could do that. Pedro offers you his protection. Pedro, vote for Pedro. He offers his protection. And they're just like, what's that thing? That's my ride. I watched that the other day. I had to watch it. Yeah. Hadn't seen it for a little while. Still cracking up. Yes, they have large talons. And ligers are cool. And I got total skills. I know a bow staff. And I got sweet dance moves too. That was great. I watched it and all my wildest dreams came true. Yeah, I still laugh at that one, man. I was just like deadpan and so just so much that was just too funny about it. I mean, I tried to be funny, but it was just crazy. I mean, there really wasn't much story to it. It's just him being weird, getting his tots. Gosh. Yeah, so I was watching that, and I was going back. I watched a couple episodes of The Man Show. What else did I watch? I'm trying to remember. Highlander, I was watching that one, the series, a couple of those. Didn't really find any good movies to watch. The last couple of ones that I watched were kind of dumb. I haven't really seen any new flicks that I found anything, and I haven't really found a new series to watch yet. So I may go back and watch some of the older ones. Maybe I'll go back and do Breaking Bad again, or Better Call Saul. Maybe get back into that. There's a whole lot of episodes of those to watch. I don't remember if there were some other ones. Some of them I tried to find them, but I can't get them to. I can't seem to get them to stream. But I'll keep looking. Maybe I'll find. I mean, I can get back into the Deep Space Nine again. I can get into. I think they still have. I think H&I has got all the Star Trek stuff. It used to be BBC America, but they took the Star Trek off of BBC America. I don't know, their contract ran out, because it was like there for a while. It was only strictly on Paramount. But yeah, this one channel called H&I has all the Star Trek episodes and some of the older stuff like Highlander, some of these older cop shows and stuff like that. Vote for Drewdro. He offers you his protection. Yes, vote for Pedro. Yeah. Vote for Pedro. Yeah, they got still a lot of that stuff on there. They actually, I was gonna watch it. I was gonna see if I could watch it. They actually did a Napoleon Dynamite animated series. I have to check that one out, see what that's about. Okay. Yeah, I did see that Napoleon Dynamite animated. I don't know. I didn't really look into it. I just happened to, when I did a search, I saw that come up, and I was like, I think I sort of remember that one. They got a couple weird animated stuff. I know they did Mr. Bean animated series. I watched a couple of those episodes. Wasn't quite as good as the regular one. Yeah, look it up. Napoleon Dynamite animated. I don't know how many episodes they had. I just happened to, it came up on a search. So I was looking up Napoleon Dynamite, and I was like, what, an animated series? I don't remember that. Probably only had a couple episodes. Yeah, well, I can do Ray-Bans, Varnays. What else? Wayfarer. Okay. Mirrored sunglasses. Aviators. Top Gun. That's cool. I had those, man. I used to have the mirrored sunglasses, the leather guards on them. Yeah, I wish. And these cats, man, the way they go through their cat food. Shh. Tazzie's always hungry. He wants food 24/7. He's always crying. Oh no, he's doing pretty good now. He's on a bag. So I think he got his fill and he's not been bugging me. So yeah, but they're doing pretty good. He got his attention earlier, he got his pets, so he's good. So yeah, he's not as picky as they once were, but when they want their food, they let you know. And they bug you till you give them. So yeah, you just gotta pay attention to them. So what else? Oh yeah, Oakley. Remember those? Remember they had the ones, I don't know if they ever caught on, they were the Oakley with the earphones in them. I think you could, I don't know if they were like headphones in the Oakley sunglasses. I remember something about that. I don't know that it really caught on. I just remember something about earphones in there. I think you could hook it up like a wireless type thing. I don't see that much anymore. But yeah, I used to have the mirrored sunglasses. Yeah. Some Ray-Bans, Oakley, Wayfarers, Varney, that was like a big one. Remember I used to get the Varney mirrored sunglasses, man. I had the cool ones, and they were like rainbow lenses. And I had my members only jacket, checkered Vans. What else? Mirrored sunglasses. Swatch watch. That was the other one. I had my Swatch watch, man. I looked it up. They have the one that I had about $200 online. It was a special edition Swatch watch, limited edition. Can't find those back from the 80s, so they don't make them anymore. I had it for a long time, and finally the back broke. The little battery cover, I don't know, the little plastic part got broken, and couldn't keep the battery anymore. So yeah, lost the watch. One of those ones I had to change the watch band because the original one broke. So yeah, man, that was back in the day. Swatch watches. What was that other one? Slap bands. The things, and you slap them on there and it bend around your arm. And the O-rings and the jelly bracelets. God, how old is those? Yeah, they used all the fads back then. Not too much anymore. And all the stuff I used to have when I was a kid. Pogs. Did you guys ever have Chinese jacks? That one was weird. Oh yeah, the calculator watches, or the red LCD ones. Timex, Casio, Seiko. That was like a big thing. I still have somewhere. I've got an old Timex that was like solar powered. Yeah, Pokemon, Pogs. What was the other one? Tamagotchi. Furby. I had a Furby. Yeah, and then and all the cool stuff. Etch-a-Sketch and Play-Doh and yeah, Sears had a lot of cool stuff. Sears and Montgomery Wards back in the day, man. You had all the cool toys. Slot racing games, electric trains. Oh, and then you got all the electronic little handheld games, and they don't do those anymore. Electronic football, that was like my big time. I wanted the electronic football game for a long time. And all it was just dots. But that was, that was the thing back then. Now it's, what? Well, it was Nintendo for a while, but now it's just tablets and phones or whatever. But back in the day, that was our high tech, was electronic football, or Simon was a Merlin. Some of those other LCD games. Simple stuff back then. Nothing now. No one wants, and the kids don't, what do we do with that? I don't know. If you hand a kid a cassette tape, they wouldn't know what to do with it. Where's the buttons? Got to put it in a player. A what? Where do I push the button? Where's the screen? Yeah. Walkmans, man. I don't think they know how to work a Walkman right now. You put the tape in. The what? What's a tape? What's a record? It's not even that long ago, man. But yeah, kids today, they don't know the struggles. Getting that Nintendo cartridge in there just right. Blowing the dust off it, hoping it works right. Oh man, how old is that? Yeah, it's not anymore. Not like the old time, man. When I was in school, everybody made an Atari stand. I remember that. You had to do an Atari 2600 video games. And the cartridges, man. Everybody had the cartridges. I remember I was jealous of my friend because he worked at Activision. His dad worked at Activision, and he was able to get the games for like $5. Because all he did was he got the chip that was inside with the game on it. He didn't have the cartridge. But he was able to get all the real games cheap. And he just had a little pin thing. You put the little chip in there, and then you played whatever the game was. Because that's all those cartridges were is a circuit board and a chip on there with whatever program it was. Those were very simple back then. Extremely simple graphics. 8-bit. They were challenging. Adventure, video, pinball, combat, breakout, all the fun stuff back in the day, man. They don't it didn't take much. We were easily amused back then. Now, if it's not 3D or virtual reality, not a big deal. Kids don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, some fun stuff. What else? I'm trying to think. So, what else? Trying to think if there's anything coming up. Of course, we're going to go into Halloween. So hopefully you guys got your decorations up. I don't know if you've got Halloween candy or not. Or you can find them. What else? I don't know. Do you guys have haunted houses around here? I looked around. Really not any. It's not as big as it once was. We used to have a lot of Halloween decorations and people, decked out their house, or they'd had haunted houses. They don't really do that much anymore. So it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's a little bit different. I've seen some people have lights and decorations out in front, but I don't know if they're even doing the passing out the candy or any of that. Okay. Yeah. Fortunately, we have no more trees around here, so I don't get any leaves around here, thankfully. There for a while, when we did have a lot of trees, there was always leaves somewhere. But recently, I noticed people on the street, they cut their trees down, because I think what happened was the trees and leaves were interfering with the power lines, so they had to cut the trees down, because I guess the branches were knocking the power lines down. So most everybody on my street now has eliminated any of the trees, especially around the telephone poles. Yeah, I did see someone that had some lights and stuff, but not really like super super big stuff. I know there for a while they had like walk through haunted houses and stuff like that. Yeah, I finally got through all my special edition orange Fanta. Still have my Chucky's Punch though, so I'll try that one. What else? I got some new stuff coming on the way. Interesting. New fun drinks. I've been hearing about them. Yeah, I still got a case. Yeah, kind of like a fruit punch, like a Hawaiian punch. Uh-uh. Yeah. Yeah, what else did they have? I've been hearing some stuff that's going to be coming out, but some of it's not out till next year, so. Dirty Mountain Dew, I think, is a new one. Um, I never got into Chucky. It was kind of creepy. Here's Chucky. Never really got into the whole Halloween horror stuff. Have I tried that? No, I don't think I've tried that one. What else did I did get the Reese's peanut butter cup hot chocolate. That one was okay. I guess I could probably start getting some of that now that it's getting colder. Because now we're out of the summertime, so I stock up on the teas and the hot cocoa and the warmer stuff. Swiss Miss, apple cider, teas. Yeah, they still got a lot of that. Cool hash browns, man. Like I said, I need to get some tots. I'm gonna have to invest in some tots. Maybe Tuesday I'll make some homemade tots. Gosh, and no, you can't have any of my tots. Get your own tots, dang. Ah, nice and healthy. Like I said, I got some other fun stuff. Yeah, well, it depends. I don't know. And you could do the potatoes O'Brien, hash browns, hash brown cakes, shredded things. I don't know, pancakes. The one time I tried that was awful. I think they ended up discontinuing. It was the Jimmy Dean stuffed hash browns. Those were awful. Probably the hash brown. From what I heard, the tots are the scraps of the potatoes just reconstituted. Is from what I understand. Like the potato shavings, and they just all press them into little nuggets. Kind of like they do with Wendy's and the chili. It's all the remnants. Yeah, I don't know. But they actually do form them. But yeah, I don't know. They got they do have tots. And then they got they had the one with crowns. I think it's Burger King has the little flat discs. Yeah, hash browns at McDonald's are not too bad. But I'm usually never together enough to go get the hash browns in the morning. Yep, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. Potatoes. Yep, I've tried the cheesy tots. Burger King. That's nasty, Precious. Don't want no potatoes. We likes it raw. Likes our food to move. I heard they're actually coming up with a new one. They're filming one called Search for Gollum. Lord of the Rings Search for Gollum. I think they're working on that one now. I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it. I heard that it's still maybe in development. I don't think they've started filming it. Yeah, just I heard bits and pieces that they're going to make a thing called The Search for Gollum. I don't know, maybe it's a prequel, and he disappeared. I don't know. Really? Yeah, I think I kind of sort of remember that. Yeah, that's true. But I remember, man, when I had to read the books, and they only had sketches of this Gollum. They had the cartoon, but it wasn't quite the same. Then they made the full anime. Then they made the regular Lord of the Rings. But yeah, for many years we had to go by the cartoon, the Lord of the Rings, and I think the Return of the King were the only two. Then they made the full-blown versions later, but no, I saw it, but I didn't watch any of it. I saw that it was available. I might have to go and check that one out later. But I went and watched the movie again, just because I was, yeah, like I said, I'll check it out. Hey, I'm doing okay. Yeah, they kind of came out with some of the animated things, like I said, Mr. Bean did an animated show. A couple other animated ones. Gollum. Yeah, I don't know, man. They got all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Oh, I'll find something to watch. Yeah, I do have a couple of the. I think I have a ring in silver, the One Ring. They're doing good. Tazzy was hanging out. Now he's sleeping on a bag. He wanted his pets. He got it earlier, so he's chilling now. He's asleep on his bag over there. And Ziggy's off somewhere. It's been cold, so they were like they were all hanging out together. Because it's actually gotten a little bit chilly now. We had a little bit of rain too. I watched one or two of those Righteous Gemstones. It was okay. Maybe go back and watch a couple more. What else was I watching? I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff to check out. So what else? I'm trying to remember. Tonight there will be a Halloween themed item. Yeah, for some reason, just how it worked out. The last like 5 or 6 videos have all been Halloween themed. This doesn't work. It's a piece of crap. I could have told you that. Yeah. Yeah, Uncle Rico. There's still a couple things on there that questionable. They didn't really clue you in. Yeah, but also then at the end, man. I don't remember. I don't know what particular day it was. I didn't really do anything. No, I think I've pretty much done most of the Halloween stuff. Like I said, I found some, well, you weren't here earlier, but I did find, I did find these for Halloween. Yeah, that's right. Would be with the Cowboys. I could probably throw it over the mountain. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Maybe. Like I said, I got my Blues Brother hat, I guess. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I don't know, what was your guys' favorite Halloween costume? I don't know. You had the best one. Really? I haven't heard of that one. I don't know, what is the costume now? Every year it seems to be something new. don't know. I had never heard of that one. I don't think I even watched it. Not into the horror or the supernatural stuff. Yeah, that would be a good one. Or you could be I don't know. Kinds of different low budget stuff. I'm trying to remember some of the older shows. I don't mostly the popular. I should go as Charlie Brown. Get a ghost with like 20 different eyes and a bag of rocks. That would be funny. What'd you get? I got a rock. Yeah, I don't do that. It's been many years. Ninja, which one? Gonna go as Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. Trying to think, Leonardo or Shredder. You could go as Shredder. You can go as Shredder or Kang. And the goat, yes. The donkey. You have a donkey. Hey, go as an onion. Go as an onion, man. They've got layers. That's what you could do. You could be an onion. Yeah. I always wanted to do the ninja thing, you know. That was back in the 80s, and that was like the thing. Everybody had the ninja. Wanted to have the ninja outfit. The ninja tabby boots. The ninja ones. I could be like Chris Farley. Beverly Hills Ninja. I don't know. I could live in a van down by the river. Yeah, I don't know. There's many different ninja things. How many movies have they done about the ninjas now? Ninja Turtles, I think of like 3 or 4 different versions. And then they had the cartoons, and they've done several different versions of them. Same with Power Rangers. I always thought that was kind of silly, especially since they didn't talk. You couldn't see their mouths move. Go, go, Power Rangers. That was always stupid. It was just them kicking each other in the head. And doing mime, bobbing their heads around. You could never see them talk. B-Rad. Yo, 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 B-Rad. In the hizzy. Malibu. Representing the boot. The B-Rad. Yeah, I watched that one not too long ago. That and Kicking It Old School. 2 classics. Malibu. Malibu is Most Wanted and Kicking It Old School. Those were two of the ones. I don't know if he did. Um, you know, the other one that I watched the other day, I hadn't seen it in a long time. And it's one of those ones that wasn't very popular. It was Yahoo Seriously and Young Einstein. That's a lost classic. Young Einstein, man, with Yahoo Seriously. He only did like, what, 2 or 3 movies? Did Young Einstein and something Kelly. Can't remember that. But that was like a flash in the pan type of thing. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there to check out. Just have to find one. Yeah, I watched it online the other day. Oh yeah, Hackers. That was a good one. It was Hackers, and was that Sneakers was another one. Yeah. That was a silly, stupid thing. But back in the day, that was a big thing. Yeah, I remember Hackers. A couple other ones like that. Wasn't that the one with Angelina Jolie? I think I remember. No, I don't have that one. Acid Burn. What was the other one? Overdrive or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, Melfi. Yeah, she was like the villain. That was crazy. I watched that not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. It was on one of the cable shows. I don't remember. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah, because I just saw it recently. You're the acid burn. Yeah, that was classic back in the old 80s stuff, man. Don't make them like that anymore. Some of the newer stuff, it's not as good. But yeah, every once in a while you go back and watch the old flicks. Yeah, Alf is okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of them do hide behind the computers. If you've ever had that kind of shock, you meet someone in person and it's like, wait a minute, I got catfished, man. They put up a fake picture. Have you ever had that happen? You met anybody that you talked to online, you meet them in person, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Not what I thought. Kind of scary. Especially if you meet them in person, man. It'd be like meeting LaFonda. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Keeping it real. Peace out. Just get yourself a gold chain with an eagle on it, and get yourself a do-rag and some some baller gear, and you hook up with the Fwanda. And then you sing at the end, and then ride off on a horse together. Why not? Yeah, if you guys, if you ever watched the movie, stay past the credits because yeah, they kind of trick you on that one. The part where he's playing tetherball with the one girl, and then they have the credits roll, and then at the end they have the wedding between Kip and LaFwanda, and then Napoleon rides up on a horse, and then they ride off together. That little bit is after the credits, though, so stay to the end, past the credits. You get to hear Kip sing. Even though it was pretty sad singing, but yeah. I don't know, man. She was pretty LaFwanda. Guess it was love at first sight, especially since they'd been online talking for hours at a time. And who was the girl that met Uncle Rico? They never went into that one. I looked on the credits and it just said girl on a bike. So you don't know who it was. I just riding along and saw him. I don't know, man. Because I think he was hooking up with the people that were buying the Tupperware. The 24-piece set. He tried to get the one girl, but then Rex Kwon Do beat him, beat him up. He got beat up for hitting on the guy's old lady. She was kind of scary. I think she was like one of those American Gladiator women. Well, he was kind of strange anyways, Uncle Rico. He was hitting on the one girl that was taking his picture. He tried to hit on her. I don't know, man. Kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, he was hitting on Darla. And then he got Rex Kwon Do'd. He had his arm in a sling at the end. Yeah, he was kind of creepy. Well, not just her, but everybody. Kind of like, yeah, a little bit. And I never figured out what he was doing with that one girl, one older lady that he was trying to sell the 24-piece set to. And Napoleon had to was waiting for him, and he was in there for a long time. We don't know what was going on in there. He was in there an awful long time. Yeah. Yeah, he was in there for a long time, and Napoleon got left outside. And he didn't come to the door. He had to get a ride from the cousins, man. So I don't know. They never really went into what Uncle Rico was doing inside the lady's house. November 25th, 24th, I think. So we got about another month till our actual Thanksgiving. Yeah, we don't do till like the end of November, so. Yeah, Canada's different. I don't know what the one thing I need to look into. I think it's Monday. It's supposed to be Diwali. Not that I really celebrate it, but I was thinking about getting some Indian food for Diwali. Gotta have curries or vindaloos. Good Indian food's hard to find. Well, as I said, I grew up, I had Indian neighbors for many, many, many years that I grew up with. So I know about curries and naans and all that stuff. Kind of grew up around that from when I was little. Used to have a babysitter that was always cooking the food. You could always smell the food over her house. So that's how I kind of got introduced to the whole Indian style, man. Yeah, I mean, either you like it or you don't. Some people don't like that curry smell. I always thought it was wonderful. The curries, the naan, the rice, sweets and stuff. Yeah, and they're gonna have their holiday coming up. I think Monday. It's a different time of the year every year. There are a couple Indian places around here. Maybe I might go down there and get some curry or some kind of a dish. They do have some of them, like at Trader Joe's. Yeah, they actually have a couple. They got a couple places that are that have curry. They have a few Indian, actual authentic Indian restaurants. Well, the problem is the thing is it differs. Some places actually offer you can get it spicy or non-spicy. It's just that curry mix. You know, the curry thing. Butter chicken. You could go with that one. Butter chicken's not spicy at all. It's just like a butter chicken. Yeah, turmeric, garam masala, curry powder. But some of them, they're not hot. It's just flavorful and fragrant. Cardamom, coriander, that kind of thing. But yeah, you can get like butter chicken. Some of the other rice, basmati rice, that's always good. Non-spicy stuff. You don't have to get it spicy. It's just very fragrant. It's got a very unique, very pungent smell. Although they do have a little bit of heat depending on what dishes you get. But yeah, I always love Indian food, sweets and whatnot. I got a couple places around here. I have to see and look into that one. Yeah, I can't do the super spicy stuff anymore, man. All the chicken vindaloos and curry, adobo, what was it? The cauliflower and peas and potatoes and all that. I don't know. It's tough. Each one's got different regions. Indians got different regions and different dishes. Some of them cook a little bit different style. They got like Punjabi. Depending on what part of India you're in, has different dishes and different ingredients. Some of them are like coconut based. Some of them are curry based. Some of them are spicy. Some of them are non-spicy. Sauces are different. It just depends on what region you're from. And Pakistan's whole, I don't know, different cultures. You just have to find the right kind of restaurant. I'm not fond of coconut, so if I get curry, I try to get it without coconut. I'm not into the coconut juice or coconut milk as much. I know it's really heavy. Tikka masala, yeah, butter chicken, biryani, rice biryani, that's always good. Samosas, naan, the potatoes and peas, those are always good. The fried fritter dishes, they got a lot of that stuff. And like I said, it could be spicy or non-spicy, depending on what region you're from, I guess. But yeah, always love a little bit of curry, a little bit of spice on there, and it just depends on, you got to find a good restaurant that has good dishes and has a variety. And like I said, some of it's spicy and some of it's not. Just depends on what restaurant it is and how they cook their style. There's a couple around here, but I don't know. I'll have to look into some of them. A lot of them are vegetarian though. They've got a lot of vegetarian places here that just do pastries and vegetables. They don't do meats or chicken or anything like that. But some do. I've seen, curry chicken. The one place that's up here. Yeah, heavy metal. And then I even saw the heavy metal 2000, which wasn't as good. Yeah, we actually have a couple of Indian. I went to the one Pizza Paradise where I did the Indian pizza, curry chicken pizza. Not about a month or two ago. So they do have Pizza Paradise. It's an Indian fusion kind of thing. Yeah, they have butter chicken and tikka masala pizzas, and I think they even had a ramen burger or something like that. I don't even remember. They got a lot of weird fusion style things on there. I might go back there again. Usually like lamb vindaloo or chicken curry. Most of the places aren't really spicy though, even though they say, the vindaloo is supposed to be very spicy and very hot, but most places don't really go that hot. I did that a long time ago. I went to this one place, it's not even there anymore. And I remember getting I think I got some the lamb vindaloo, and they let you pick your spice level. And I picked like one below the hottest one, and it was still pretty dang hot. And I was like, next time if I get it, I'll go one step below that. Because it was like 4, I think, was the hottest, and I got like a 3, and that was still pretty dang hot. I hate to see the 4, man. That would have probably caused problems if I had that super hot stuff. Hey, Ken, how's it going? Yep, I'm back. But yeah, it's some can be spicy. If you can't take the spice, you have to go with the lighter stuff like the butter chicken or just the biryani. Nothing real super spicy. If you can't take that kind of heat, so you have to go in with the non-spice. Just have to take it easy. Yeah, that might work. Tums. Yeah, if you do it right. Although if you they have it without butter.
French fries. Salad. Cold. Garlic. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I guess it depends on what's in your region.
God.
I know some places have it, some places don't. guess it's what's in your particular area, cultural area. I don't know how diversified you guys are. We tend to have a little bit of everything around here. I know. All right, Dingle, have a good one. Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping it up soon, anyways. Too. I've been on here almost 2 hours for the second round. So, yeah, have to work on some of the other stuff. Try a few new items. I got some things on the way for you guys. Tonight will be another Halloween themed review, so you can check that one out. Let's see what else. Other than that, yeah, I'll let you guys know if I find any interesting items for you. Always on the lookout for new stuff, unique stuff, strange items. Nope, no one's coming over. Nobody. Gonna be a quiet night. I'll have to figure something out. I don't know. I'll just do something. But other than that, hello, hello. Oh, okay, cool. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Yeehaw. I hear Tazzy over there, sleeping on his bag. Oh, hi, Zig. What you doing? I got a Ziggy over here now. What are you doing? He's getting food. He's been down the hall for most of the night, so. Oh, Scotland. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. Aye. Scottish. Sorry. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. I don't know. Have you ever? I've never had haggis. I don't think I want to try haggis. I've had some strange things. Hey, hillbilly. I've had some strange items, and I've got actually some strange items on the way that I just ordered from a place. They got very strange items from other countries, weird flavors of chips. So when I get those, some of them I'm looking forward to, some of them I'm not. Cool. I still need to get a hold. I still haven't found it. I need to get a hold of the Ale 81 Pawpaw. Apparently, that's a new version of Ale 81. Haggis. Now, I have not tried haggis, and I don't know. I don't think I can do this sheep stomach stuff with meat and barley. You old haggis. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna bring that up in there. What was I watching? Yeah, I was watching the Highlander series lately while we're waiting for the Highlander reboot. I don't know. I got my doubts about that one. I know they were already shaping it up. They got all the cast. Still don't know about that though. The original Highlander was the best one. Right? The original Highlander, not any of the sequels, not any of this stuff. Oh, okay, cool. Get yourself a get together. Go on have a picnic or something. I don't know. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, getting getting a little bit growing the family a little bit at a time. I always appreciate that. Always appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out. Like I said, normally I'm super late night, but lately been trying to get on a little bit earlier. And I've been doing the live streams now Tuesday nights and Friday nights. So, but it might be a little bit later. It might be into Saturday where you're at. But yeah, normally I start on Tuesday night later in the evening, and then Fridays. See, I'm on West Coast time, so it's not that late for me. Maybe it's a little bit later for you guys, and you're more towards East Coast. But I also do daily videos, so you can check those out. Sometimes I do 2 a day, and I've been trying to double up on the what's poppin' videos and some of the what's new, the new content. They dropped a lot of new stuff lately, so I got to go check those ones out. Taco Bell had a bunch of new stuff coming out. I got to go check that out in the next couple days. Still got a lot of fun stuff to do. Really? 7:30 a.m. Wow. Scotland. You in the Highlands? I don't know. Did you see Nessie? Are you in a loch? Your name's not Connor McLeod, is it? Yikes. Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod. Okay. Okay, good. Just don't want to I don't want to have trouble. Yeah, actually I did the UK thing a little while ago. I had a box of UK snacks that I got from a place. It was the company decided to pick out I guess snacks that were popular in the UK. Some of them were okay. I had biscuits and what was the one onion crisps, rhubarb and custard taffy, and then banana taffy, and I think some other stuff. A little bit different. Might have to see some of these other ones. They had Greek ones. They had Japan. I think they had some other ones. I don't even remember all the different boxes they had. I know that some you can get subscriptions from like different countries. Some of them you can get them from one thing. Sometimes they give you a different country if you subscribe to it, like monthly. Depends on what snacks that you get. Yeah. It's only 11 something here, so we're good. Trying to think if there's any stuff. I got a couple things coming in soon that I happen to find online. Found it on Amazon, found it on some of the other websites. Oh, okay. Yeah. Would always like to go to the UK one day. Maybe I'll make it there, hopefully. What else? Really haven't been out of the country, believe it or not. Always wanted to try it. I've never got out of the country. I was gonna go to Mexico one time, but that got canceled, and I've never been to Canada. I've been to Hawaii. That's technically It's still in the United States, but it's away from the mainland. But that's about as far as I've been is to Hawaii. Been to a couple of different states. Took a trip one year when I was younger. Drove cross country over from here to Ohio. That was that was a trip, I'll tell you. 2 days in a car, driving from California to Ohio. Some of those states are very boring. Utah, nothing but salt. Nebraska, nothing but grass. Bush every now and then. Yeah, most of the stuff, man, there was just nothing there. Pretty boring, actually. A lot of those states, there's just nothing to them. It's just driving. I think we stopped somewhere like in Wyoming or something, and we got fireworks. Well, I don't know. What's in? I mean, I don't know. Other than bourbon, mint juleps, Derby, Ale 8, fried chicken. I guess that's kind of the famous stuff for it. Kentucky Fried Chicken, bluegrass, bourbon. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we still got a couple things here, but nah, I don't usually go too much. I don't usually get out. Pretty much been staying close to home. So, just staying around here. Although, I don't know, things are changing a little bit around here. A lot of things closing down, changing over. I'm trying to think if there's some other places. Some places have closed, some places have all opened. I don't know. It's different from when I was little. So, I don't know. Like I said, I was talking about it earlier, how the stuff that you used to do when you were little is just not really popular anymore. You know, you used to go to the arcades and bowling and miniature golf and all the stuff in the outings, and they just don't do that anymore. Everybody's, pretty much at home online. You can virtually visit people now. So, yeah, it definitely has changed. And what did I see that they disabled the America Online dial-up. That was the newest thing. You cannot dial up on AOL anymore. I did see that one. So if you try to dial up on an AOL dial-up lines, they don't have them anymore. They've done away with them. So it's all I guess cable or routers. No more phone lines. I know some people are in remote areas where they don't have access to the other stuff, but yeah, dial-up, thing of the past. Now it's all virtual. It's all internet, cable, satellite, whatever. But that's how you used to have to do it. You had to have your modem. You had to have a dial-up. Get online and wait for the "you've got mail." I don't think they do. I really don't. Some of the other ones aren't even around anymore. They used to have AOL. CompuServe was another one. I don't think that's around anymore. They had the Microsoft Network for a minute. That's not around anymore. Some of them you had private companies that had a connection on dial-ups, but yeah, I don't think they really have dial-up per se anymore. It's a thing of the past. Everything's all on connected all the time, so um, many people don't have landlines anymore. It's all cell phones or you know, I guess digital. No, they don't have. They don't actually have hardwired phones anymore. We don't. We have a landline per se, but um, yeah, no, we don't. We don't use it to dial up. Been a many years since that they changed that one. Yeah. Strange how things advance. Sometimes all the stuff that used to be popular is obsolete now. No more pagers, no more uh, analog stuff. It's pretty much all digital now. Remember back in the day, that used to be the thing, but not now. So, gotta change with the times. Live in the now, man. Yeah. So, let's see what else. That's about it. I think for me tonight. Yeah, I've been 2 hours on this second leg of the journey. So, yeah, if you want, you can take the new poll I put up. What's your favorite ramen? So you could do that one. Um, there'll be a review coming up in a little bit. You could check that out. Also, you could check out the other reviews from the last couple days. And all throughout the weekend. And I will be back again on Tuesday night. We'll do another live and hang out and chat some. Maybe I'll have some other surprises for you then. Yeah, true. Most people don't talk on the phone anymore, believe it or not. Pretty much texting now. Or maybe voice chat. But anyways, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I appreciate you guys hanging out and spending a little bit of time with me. Be back on Tuesday. Stay tuned over the weekend for all the fun stuff. And yeah, we'll do some more fun things on Tuesday. And hope you guys have a good weekend. Take it easy. Watch something good. Find something good to eat. Yeah, true. So thanks, Roxanne and Christian, and all the people, all the new subscribers. Thank you for coming in here. Ken, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by tonight, and everybody have a good weekend. Stay warm because it's getting cold here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but yeah, we went from super hot to super cold, and it's been raining, and I don't know. Anyways, bundle up, have a hot coffee or some hot chocolate or something. Stay warm, and find something good to do this weekend. And I will see you guys. Nah. Get a tangerine. Get a tangerine and a rock. Lump of coal. That's what you get for Christmas. And the Grinch is going to steal it. So, all right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys Tuesday again. Have a great weekend. And take it easy. I'll see you guys all soon. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a good one.